Running for our lives in springtime. Springtime.
Welcome to Mornings with Mr. Kolton and Nick.
Hey there, welcome to Mornings with Mr. Kolton. Today is another cooking episode, so we are going to cook some chocolate cake.
With a cream cheese chocolate icing.
This recipe requires buttermilk. We do not have any buttermilk. So we take a tablespoon of vinegar and then we put it in here and then we add milk up to a cup. And then we let it sit for a little while and it actually will act just like buttermilk in the recipe. The reason we use buttermilk is because it's a little bit acidic and that will activate the baking soda. Yep.
There you go.
Now fill it up to the cup line with milk.
Okay.
Okay, that'll do. We're going to let that sit while we prepare everything else, and it should thicken up a little bit like buttermilk. We're going to do all the wet ingredients first.
You now put 2 eggs in the KitchenAid.
One tablespoon vanilla extract.
How much is that?
That's this thing.
Oh.
And we need to melt some butter, and we're going to put it in the microwave.
For how long?
We'll do it 30 seconds at a time.
Okay.
Because you don't want to overdo it. You don't want it to splatter or pop. And part of the recipe too is to add 1 cup of hot coffee. So I might have some old coffee from this morning, and I'm just going to use that and microwave it. And go ahead, take it out.
Okay, so it's been 30 seconds. Here we go. I'm going to add it into here.
No.
Oh, no, there.
Yep. And now let's add the sugar to it, and that is 2 cups sugar.
2 cups.
2 cups.
How much is that?
Well, find the cup.
1 cup.
That's right. 2 of those. And while he puts sugar in, I'm going to warm up the coffee. I'm going to get that really hot, so I'm going to put that on for 2 minutes.
The sugar is absorbing the butter.
It's kind of dissolving. Butter. Oh, let's add the buttermilk. Let's mix this up and see if it does it. Is it any thicker than normal milk?
Let's see. Oh, yes, it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
It
All
feels
right.
like there's a tiny weight. Oh, it smells like vinegar. I thought it would smell like buttermilk.
Not quite, but it'll do the same thing in the job. Okay, throw that in.
In here?
Yep.
There we go.
There we go. We're going to mix that up slowly.
With the KitchenAid.
So now it's time to do the dry ingredients, and we've got 1 3/4 cups flour. Awesome, and now 1½ teaspoons of baking soda.
This?
What does it say?
TSP.
1?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cocoa powder?
Yeah, cocoa powder. 3/4 cup cocoa powder.
What is that? While you're cooking.
Okay, mix that around with the whisk. We'll get the coffee.
There you go.
Sweet. Okay. Now we're going to add the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients. Never want to add it all at once because you kind of want to gradually mix it in. And then you're going to add this as we go, little bit by little bit, as it mixes in. Now while he's doing that, we're going to preheat the oven. Should have done this before. We're going to do it 350 250. Awesome, we're gonna mix this all in so it's a nice thick batter. There you go. Now the batter's all mixed, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it out of the KitchenAid. And I'm gonna get that coffee.
Really?
And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add the hot coffee to it. And he's just going to mix it up with the spatula. It's going to make a very thin batter. You don't usually see this kind of thin batter in a cake, but it's going to make a very thin batter, and that's okay. We're not going to use the whole batter today. What we're actually going to do is we're going to split it in half, and we're going to use the other batter for cupcakes later. Instead of doing 2 of these 9-inch pans, we're just going to do 1 and then save half of the batter for later.
So apparently we have 4 cups of this stuff.
That's right. So we're going to put 2 cups into the pan, but first thing we're going to do with the pan is we're going to spray it with oil.
Oh, I don't get. I know. I think I know where the oil is.
So it's almost a perfect 4 cups. So we're going to put in about 2 cups in order to make our 1 cake.
It's right by that.
Now we're going to pour in 2 cups. So pour it in until it reaches down to 2. So pour in a little bit and then even it off to see how much is in there. Alright, stop. See how much is left. And we're at, let's see here, almost 2 cups, and it was just above 4 cups, so that's perfect. Okay, so that is now going to go on the oven. You will notice that I did not actually put in any salt. This recipe actually asked for a little bit of salt, but what I did was I used butter that already had salt in it, or margarine that already had salt in it, and so that way you don't actually have to add any extra salt. Now we put it in the oven. And you want to put it in the middle rack. There we go. Nice.
In the middle of the middle rack.
There we go, perfect. And we're going to set the timer for 35 minutes. 35 minutes, and then we're going to come back and we're going to see if it's cooked. We're going to stick a toothpick in the middle to see if anything comes off on the toothpick. If it comes out clean, then it's good to go. Bell just went on the oven, so we're going to check it.
Oh, that looks golden. That's perfect.
That's really good. We don't have a toothpick, so a knife will do. You just want to put it in the middle, bring it out. Comes out clean, so that means it is cooked. Okay, we're going to let that cool now, and then
we're going to make the icing. Oh wow, it turned out perfectly.
And then you can just flip it over, and we just let that cool, and we're going to ice that tomorrow. So for now, we'll see you on Mornings with Mr. Kolton.
Mornings with Mr. Kolton.